All right, it's time for our next match. Here's Chuck.
Do you want on the left side or right side?
For the compound women's
Okay,
division
then you're first.
at the
And
2019
you'll be shooting,
U.S.
and then
National
you'll be
Indoor
shooting
Championships
first,
final.
okay? All right, here we
Up
go.
first,
Stand
your
by.
number one
Here
qualifier,
we go.
Paige Pierce. And your number 3 qualifier, Alexis Ruiz. Alexis will shoot second. Paige will shoot first from the left-hand stage.
All right, archers prepare.
Alexis Ruiz on our screen now to Paige Pierce out of Red Bluff, California. And Paige, I don't know, Braden, she's just been really on a tear as of late, hasn't she?
Yeah, when Paige gets hot, she's arguably one of the best shooters in the world. Obviously, she was the #1 qualifier coming into it. She shot great all the way through her matches, so we should be in for a treat here.
Different looking target face than we've seen in our recurves. Tell us about that.
So this is the inner 10 scoring for compound. It's the only 10 ring there is. The rest of the yellow's 9, and then the remaining scores 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, sorry, 8, 7, 6. Perfect 10 there from Alexis.
If it was the end of the match, a one-arrow shoot-off, that would be the winner for sure.
Right, that's the one you want.
Alexis Ruiz out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Looks like Paige is seeing a little bit more movement in her sight picture right there. I'm not sure if that's nerves or...
Good shot, shooting the Victory 37 with those 23 diameter Eastons for Ruiz. Back on track. And again, different scoring than we've seen in recurve. Kind of see that one coming, didn't you?
Yeah, that shot looked a little, from the get-go.
So Ruiz had an opportunity there to go up a point on Paige. Actually, I think it should really be 9 for Paige, isn't it? 9-9?
That first one's really
one?
close. It looks like it might just have the line.
Yeah.
The judge didn't look at it too hard, so it must be, pretty easily seen from the other angle.
So confirmations of scores going in. Cumulative scoring in compound archery, which means that we're going to shoot 5 ends total.
Right, regardless of whether one match is lopsided or not, we shoot the 5 ends, and then the archer with the higher score at the end is the champion.
And if we have a tie on score by the time that 15th arrow flies, what happens then?
Correct. Single arrow, center target, closest center wins. And if the arrows, if the judge can't decide which arrow's closest, he'll determine it a tie, and we'll shoot a second.
First again.
That has happened before.
You've had a chance to stand on these stages with your compound bow. More complicated than we've seen with bare bow, more complicated with recurve in terms of what you're looking through. You have a peep sight and a scope. How did it look in terms of lighting situation, and how clear was the target downrange?
So the target was clear,
The range is
but it was
clear.
a little dark. It was hard to pick up my sight picture. We might be what Paige is seeing there, because her shot's going a little bit longer than normal.
Paige starts us off. Good shot. Is there any particular order in these rules where you have to shoot targets in?
No, there's no order. You can shoot them however you'd like. Most archers commonly shoot top to bottom, but in recent years we've seen a trend where shooters are starting to shoot bottom to the top just to get rid of any shadows or anything on the bail, but here shadows don't seem to be an issue.
Ruiz pounding that first target. Another inside out 10 for her. Looks like Paige caught that 10 line. Dropping that one low. Very soft shot, didn't it? Coming off of Paige's there.
I think it was a little bit of a dip bang there, and when I say dip bang, it means that right before the shot fires, the sight just drops out the bottom.
One of the things I noticed, both archers are wearing their binoculars.
Correct.
But when you get to these gold medal matches, you actually have people downrange that are pulling arrows for you. You have official scorers that are doing things for you. You even have a monitor right in front of the shooter that's zeroed in. Why wear your binos?
I honestly think it's a balance thing. It's just a comfort thing. And most, archers shoot their entire practice seasons with those binoculars on, and when obviously don't have people telling them where the arrow's landing or a monitor right in front.
Yeah, most of the time we shoot alone.
Exactly. So it's just a comfort thing. It's a balance thing. Anytime you make a change, like a pair of binoculars weighs 2 pounds when you add the strap and
You'll be
everything together.
shooting
So
first again, Paige.
definitely changes your balance points. You might have to even adjust your stabilizer or something. It's
Yep,
just a
you got
comfort thing.
time.
Gotcha. So you saw there at the end of that replay
And you'll
of
be
Paige's
shooting
last
second,
shot
Alexis.
that after that shot went off, she did grab a couple clicks of her sight, so she's moving that probably down to move it up a little bit. So
Correct.
look-
Everything
Alright,
seems to
Paige,
be
you'll
bottom
be
half of the
shooting
target.
first.
Mhm.
Alexis, you'll be shooting second.
So
Ready?
she actually has
The
Tate
range is
Morgan
clear.
in the coach's box for her. He might have given her a little bit of advice. There's Tate, bottom left-hand part of your screen.
And she goes, that's a little bit more solid, but still bottom. Adding a few more clicks as well. Alexis is obviously dialed in on her sight. That's 3 arrows, exact same hole, dead center.
Different releases as well that these two archers are shooting.
Correct. Paige has a wrist strap release with a finger-activated caliper. What she does is she locks her index finger on the release and then pulls with her back until it fires. Alexis shoots a traditional back tension, which is rotation fired.
She didn't like that one.
Yeah.
You talk about it often, actually, about when the shot goes off, you kind of can feel it if it's hitting behind the pin like it is for her. That's probably what you saw there.
It looked like she may have pulled a little bit harder than she was pushing on that one. The sight picture went a little bit right, and that's when it fired.
Close one.
That's just out high right.
Yeah, I think it's might be a 9.
A lot of times when a back tensions are really close to firing, I think like we saw with Alexis' second shot, any little movement in your body is what sets off that release. So when you see, a shot go off when the pin's not in the middle, it's that movement away from the middle, the whole overall movement of your body that fires the release.
Confirmation of scores. Currently we have on our board 88 to 87. Paige would be ahead by 1.
Right, that bottom target, it's really close.
We'll see if that changes.
Alexis, you'll be shooting first.
As we see
Looks
these,
like she got it.
yeah, it looks like she got it. So, all right, so you have these two shooters. Notice that they're holding their bows.
Mhm.
Is it weird? Because normally after an end, you put your bow down, you walk down, you've been in this situation before.
Right.
So official score is up. So 88-87, Paige leads by 1. But when you're sitting up on the
Alexis,
on the
you'll be
boxes
shooting
and
first.
there's a crowd funneling
Paige,
in
you'll be
behind,
shooting
is it
second.
weird to be able to stay in your
Range
rhythm,
is
stay in your
clear.
game?
You definitely feel like you're on display when you're up there. During traditional matches, when you're able to, walk off the line and put your bow down, it seems like you're able to kind of retreat. Up here, you're vulnerable the whole time, and it definitely doesn't allow the nerves to dissipate quite as quickly.
First time we've seen her out of that hole. 2017 Outdoor Junior World Champion Alexis Ruiz. She kicks it off with a 9.
That was much more like the Paige I know.
Mm-hmm.
She had a really quick rhythm, got on the target and fired.
2018 Vegas champion Ruiz with another shot she's not happy with, just out left. Don't be fooled by that tear in the paper. Pierce with an opportunity to pull even further ahead.
This is one of those hard 10 situations like we saw with the recurve. And Paige got it. Definitely seized control of the match there. Nice shot.
Good recovery after 2 9s for Alexis Ruiz. This could hold it at 3 points
The
advantage.
10 here effectively clinches the match.
Okay. So she had an opportunity to really put her hands around the throat of Ruiz, but it didn't happen. But still 2 points is a big advantage with the way both these shooters have been shooting.
2 points is huge in any compound match, especially in a gold final.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, we all have. Earlier today
Right.
in women's recurve.
You'll
And
be
Barebow,
shooting
that 10 by stone breaker to clinch the match was insane.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's unreal. 117. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, Paige seems totally relaxed up there. She seems like she's having fun.
When does she not, though?
Very true. I would,
You know what I mean? Like, she can be serious when she needs to be.
but then, like you see, she just turns it on when she needs it, and she's totally focused now.
She's streaky, though. When she is on, she's absolutely dangerous when she's behind that bow. And if you ever get in a conversation with Paige Pierce about how she aims
Alexis will
at
be
distance,
shooting first.
it will explode
Paige
your
will
mind.
be shooting second.
If you ever need
range
advice
is
on how to
clear.
shoot a bow in archery properly, don't talk to Paige.
She has her own style, and it works for her.
It works for her. Her brain makes it work. Alexis Ruiz, down 2. Got it. The face didn't show it.
It was a solid 10. I think she's a little angry at herself from the previous rounds. Good shot from Paige all day long. That's
When you can see
That's
that.
what we're used to,
Yeah. Might have caught that one. 10-9 liner. That'll be a judge call, especially with the holes in the target. It's called a 10. It's hard for me to see on
it's
that
hard
one.
to tell. It's from our angle. It's who knows.
The thing I love about Alexis Ruiz's shot is just nothing is forced. It just flows.
It looks effortless. Yep.
Beautiful.
Paige wins the match.
Yeah. 30 points for Paige. And that's going to seal it out of a possible 150. It looks like Paige Pierce with a 147. And she is going to take gold at the USA Archery 2019 U.S. National Indoor Championships final here at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. A closer look, though.
That's Alexis's middle arrow.
Even if it's called a 10, it'll still be 147 to 145. Official score is now being called in, and we'll see if for the record books there's any change in the score, but there won't be a change in the gold medalist. Score is official, 147 to 144.
Your gold medal winner is Paige
So Paige Pierce will take it.
Alexis
As a big wave to
will
the
take
crowd.
silver.
As Paige will head over to talk to PJ Riley, let's get to our latest, newest gold medalist.
2019 Indoor National Champ. How you feeling?
Stressed, but I'm glad it's done. I was actually really nervous, which is, I'm not used to that, so that was a struggle.
That's odd because you looked as comfortable as I've ever seen you up there.
I'm glad you think so. I really enjoy those finals matches, and I love the alternating shooting, and I like being up there. It was just because I won it last year, I feel like I had a little bit of added pressure to come back and do it again, and that did make it a little more difficult.
All right, you got it done. Congratulations, Paige.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
A great way for her to start out the weekend, as we still have another 2 days of competition away from this USA Archery U.S. National Indoor Championships, as Paige will set sail with an $8,000 paycheck and another title to her name